Ladies and gentlemen, sheesh, it's been a busy day. I haven't just tuned into the game. I've seen the beginning, but I've had to go left, right, and center. First and foremost, shout out to Big Task at hand. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's been blessed. I appreciate you coming by each and every time. But we're here for game 3 as Chet Holmgren steals the ball and prevents that Pelicans fast break. Chet again fading away and the elbow misses. But we're coming in just a little late for this one. A little later than usual than I would have liked to. But it's all good. Hope everyone in here is doing well. Hope your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by each and every time. Over here on YouTube, CM22. Make sure you like and subscribe over there. And on Twitch, CJ McCollum misses a triple. He needs to step up for the New Orleans Pelicans today if they're going to have a chance of getting back into this series as Josh Giddey missing a layup. And Murphy from the lob. 4-0 lead for the Pels. Chet setting the screen. Fade into the 3-point line. Nice pump fake by Shea. And the layup. Good to hear Big Task at hand. The Real Poison Super 8. Shout out to you. Hope you're doing well. Today's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by every time. You should buy LeBron James. Hey, now. How do I end up purchasing a LeBron James? That sounds kind of mad still. But yeah. CJ McCollum misses one on the buzzer. And that's a shot clock violation. Ball didn't hit the rim. Hey, Poison, what's wrong with that? Ain't nobody judging anybody around here. Nobody's judging anyone around here. But yeah, shout out to everybody, whether you're on YouTube, over on Twitch at CM22ENT. Make sure you go and follow my Twitter, CM22ENT, over on X. That's what they call it nowadays anyway. Also over on TikTok. If you do follow me on X, you'll see that I released a little article, as I usually do every week, regarding Manchester United's game. If you're a football/soccer fan, it's Murphy. Oh! Trey Murphy. He's been having one hell of a series thus far. Knocks down a nasty triple. Shea from mid-range misses. Offensive rebound by Dort. Cason Wallace, triple. Here's Herb Jones now. Trying to get up to Valanciunas, knocked away by Shea. Now Valanciunas gets it back. Driving on Chet Holmgren and gets it to go. Hey, I hear it. Thunder's what my teams in the regular season. Who do you support? Real Poison Super. Let us know. Hey, excuse me. I may have a little cough, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still recovering from a little cold I picked up. What feels like almost 3 weeks ago now. But who knows? The Pelicans should win this game. Big task at hand. It's one of those ones I feel like they have to win this game. You know? In the way that they lost. In the way that they lost, the fashion they lost game 1 in. When you think about it, it was a really tight game. Arguably, as Holmgren throws it down. Arguably, that was a game that both teams could have won. It was a sloppy, very physical affair. Game 2, they got whooped. They held it. And they had to. But now, towards the end of that game, it looked like B.I. started to find his rhythm as he misses one there. Hopefully, they hold on to that. Jonas Valanciunas, early on in that game, had an 11-0 run, I believe, by himself. So they need to work to their strengths, New Orleans. Hey, it's all good. Big task at hand, bro. Casey Wallace misses a triple. Offensive rebound again. Decides to drive, kick it back out to Shea now. Center of the court. Guarded by Jonas Valanciunas. Decides to drive, help defense by Herb Jones. He gets it back now from Casey Wallace. Misses a triple. Josh Giddey hustling. But it goes to CJ McCollum. Tries to dump it to Herb Jones. Great defense by Casey Wallace. Shea almost turns it over in transition. Gives it to Chet Holmgren, guarded by Herb Jones. At the elbow, helped by Ingram from behind. Kicks it out to Casey Wallace. Now he's in the paint, floats it up and in. Now OKC lead 11-9. 5:54 to go in the first. Oh. Valanciunas with a poor pass. You know what? I had a feeling, just as I was about to guess, I feel like you was going to say Denver. 3-1 record in the regular season. But you guys, when it comes to the Denver Nuggets, the champions, and no doubt about it, the best team in the NBA by far. Well, you never know, because the Minnesota Timberwolves are looking really good right now. Obviously, the Boston Celtics in the East. I feel like they have their weaknesses. When it comes to Denver, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, those guys, you're beating up the Lakers again this year. And no doubt you have a good opportunity to close it out in Game 4. Few substitutions in the game now for OKC. One for New Orleans. Najee Marshall in the game for New Orleans. See Isaiah Joe on the court. Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams, off the bench here for OKC as well. Starting Jalen Williams, he came out of the game early on, had a little knock. Had to go to the back. So hopefully all is well. And shout out to my guy Ronan as well. And Chino. We have a podcast every Thursday. I know Big Task at Hand is always there. Over at Pros Only Sports, the Big Three NBA review show, where we speak about everything that's happening. All the cool topics around the NBA. Make sure you join us every Thursday at 10 p.m. UK time as CJ McCollum misses a triple. Offensive rebound. Valanciunas shooting over Jalen Williams and gets the bank shot to go. Here's Isaiah Joe, pump fake. Top of the key, shot, misses. That one was too strong. He gets the ball back, shoots it again for 3. Misses again. Rebound Jones. I hate NBA timing. They make me stay up till 3 a.m. for... Bro, that's the peak thing, you know. Peeps them in Europe we gotta suffer sometimes. I remember watching OKC back in the days, yeah. This was the Paul George, Russell Westbrook team. When we were going up against Portland and Dame hit that ridiculous shot. I must have been up. Oh, Isaiah Joe in the corner. 3-point lead for OKC. And a timeout for New Orleans. 3:43 remaining in the first quarter. 14-11. OKC lead. I don't know why. I always mention this. I can never forget it. Maybe I'm a little salty. It is what it is, right? But I remember watching that game. It was something to 6 in the morning. 100% one of the most entertaining sports, by the way. I was up in the morning. It was, I don't know, something past 5, something to 6. And, oh man, I was glued up. Eyes glued on the screen watching that fourth quarter. And do you know the worst part about it is? I looked down at my phone for 1 second. The one time I gave my phone attention. and I saw a notification pop up. It said, Damian Lillard, free. And as I looked up on the screen, yeah, and I watched the next play, it was time running down for the game. It was Dame Lillard icing it, sending OKC home, ending that era of Oklahoma City basketball. And that was like MVPG era. I'm from Armenia. It's 12 a.m. See, it's even worse. Shout out to On Time Music. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by every time. 12 a.m. And think about it. This is the second earliest game because I believe we've already had a... Have we already had a game today? Yeah, we had Orlando versus Cleveland. Orlando tied its series, by the way. This is becoming very interesting. 2 home games, Cleveland get done. 2 home games, Orlando win. So where is that series going to go? Very interesting. Because at first, it looked like Cleveland were going to dominate Orlando. Especially with the way their offense was working, turning over the ball a lot. And now they've got back into the series. Then this is the second game of the night. OKC versus Pelicans. And it's 12 a.m. On Time Music. Just about 10 to 9 for me. And then we got Celtics Heat, which I know my guy Roland's going to do a watch along over on Pros Only Sports for. And then Nuggets Lakers. Oh, man. Objectively speaking, the Denver Nuggets look like the best team in the play. For sure, big task at hand. My bad, you guys. My bad. My bad for the coughing. But yeah, Denver, they've looked really dominant from when I've seen them in that Lakers series, obviously in a regular season as well. I believe if they go through, well, when they go through, it's looking like when I go to the playoff bracket, it will be them. Yeah, them versus the Timberwolves. That is going to be a series. Woo! That is going to be a series. How many of the games do you watch regular season? I usually try and catch like Friday going into the weekend games and stuff like that because I'm not really needing to wake up early. Anytime where... And then obviously I try and watch as many OKC games as possible. But I usually just watch them back the next day. Because Western Conference games, it's not for the weak. Brandon Ingram out of the timeout, misses that shot. Little fadeaway. Isaiah Joe giving it to Jalen Williams. Fades to the 3-point line and receives it back now. SGA drives on Najee Marshall. Little help from Larry Nance Jr. into Jalen Williams. Nice little floater there. Trey Murphy. Is Ingram now. Jones set the screen. Great defense by OKC and the steal. Here's Lou Dort putting pressure on that defense. Driving into the corner, kicking it out to Shea now. Jalen Williams goes to the dunking spot. Lets SGA get to work against Najee Marshall. Takes a triple. Misses badly. Larry Nance got the rebound. Little. Oh, nice move there by Ingram and one. Coming in with a little Euro step over the head on Isaiah Joe and floating it up and in. Just using his frame, balance, strength to get the bucket. Brandon Ingram, over 2 games, has struggled in this series. Struggled to get going. If they are to get back into this series, they're going to need an efficient Brandon Ingram back to his best. Obviously, he came back late in the regular season, had an injury. Sadly for them, Zion Williamson, he isn't able to return in this series. Got injured in that playing game. Fantastic performance against the Lakers. .40 points on that night as Jalen Williams knocks in a triple. 19-14 lead for OKC. Now B.I. giving it to Larry Nance. Just holding on to the ball. Dishes it out to Trey Murphy. Oh, a little dangerous pass there. Marshall has to float that one up. Misses wildly. Isaiah Joe giving it to Gordon Hayward. Finds Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by Jalen Williams. Drives on Nance. Throws it up and gets fouled. Okay, sorry guys. I love this. I just finished school for Oh, for real? Congratulations, man. Congratulations. I love messing up your sleep schedule for Denver, bro. Listen, I'll watch OKC any day, but I also love my sleep as well, fam. But nah, I do try and catch as many games as possible when I can. My next goal for the next season is to watch every Denver game, bro. That would be something. Like, I remember this year I was like, I want to watch every OKC game possible live. And that was just not possible. Western Conference, hey. Other stuff, priorities, hey. So I just said, I'll watch the game the next day if I need to. I'll watch the game the next day. Yeah, I do watch Premier League Real Poison Super. Support Manchester United, but obviously I'll be watching Premier League every week. I have a weekly blog. Always post it on my X account, CM22ENT, where I do match reports, just write about the team as Larry Nance knocks down a triple. In the corner. Poised and ready. Hey, you're a Man City fan. Hey. I can't talk my trash. I can't talk trash at all. Here's Gordon Hayward. Driving on CJ. Using his frame. Good help defense. Lou Dort from 3. Misses. That one was strong. Brandon Ingram got the rebound. Screen by Larry Nance to take out Shai for a little bit. Now he switched on to Jalen Williams. Shai almost got the steal. We had a whistle and a foul on SGA as he reached in there to prevent that pass into Larry Nance. It was a surefire mismatch. Damn. Good to see Jalen Williams back in the lineup. The starting Jalen Williams back in the game after going to the locker room for an injury. Chet Holmgren gets a block on Ingram. And a shot clock violation for the Pelicans. Good defense by OKC. 39 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And that's what I mentioned on the Big Free NBA show. As SGA drives, late whistle, and a foul on the Pelicans. Larry Nance shaking his head. You can see Shai just gathers the ball. Playing the game at his own pace, and he'll be shooting 2 free throws. What about Liverpool? Man. Liverpool, big task at hand. I don't quite know what's happened there, but it's not nice at all. Obviously, drawing today against West Ham United, you have that little spat as Mo Salah's coming onto the pitch with Jurgen Klopp. Klopp says they've discussed it. Salah's saying if I speak, there will be fire. And just recent results in terms of being knocked out of the Europa League, capitulating in the Premier League, losing to Manchester United in the FA Cup. Nothing has worked out for them since they got their Carabao Cup victory. Hey, it's insane. What I do to the fund team is so everyone is shut down all funding for the team, you see? Why you being a hater for? McCollum with the flow is sweet. Got shot in the air and drove. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Jose Alvarado guarding SGA. Little step back. Offensive foul. A little push off there. A little elbow on Jose Alvarado. Let's see what happens. You can see that little nudge as SGA goes to his right-hand side to get rid of Jose Alvarado. Now, he collides with Najee Marshall. Is that much of a... I don't know. Because he more so gets injured when he collides with his own teammate. Shea's second foul, so that's a problem for OKC heading into the second quarter. I said, you guys ruined my night. Stayed up just to lose. Nance misses a triple. And that is the end of the first quarter. Hey, listen. We're just handling business. We're handling business. On our way to the first seed, we needed to handle business, Real Poison. Our bad. Nonetheless, 23-19 lead for OKC at the end of the first. Been an interesting game. Thus far, Brandon Ingram for the Pelicans starting off with 5 points. 2 of 5 from the field. They're going to need him to be aggressive, but in an efficient way over the first 2 games, like I mentioned. One thing about Brandon Ingram is when he's had the ball in his hands, he's really forced it. He's been aggressive, but he's forced certain situations and hasn't really been able to play make for his other guys. Bring a CJ McCollum, a Herb Jones, a Trey Murphy, a Jonas Valanciunas into the game like he's needed to as that top guy, as that number 1 guy for the team while Zion Williamson is out. So it will be interesting to see how they get Brandon Ingram to his spots, how he's able to bring other guys into the game and allow a Trey Murphy to continue shooting lights out as he has during this series. During the start of this game, by the way, 5 points, 1 of 2 from 3. Jonas Valanciunas, he has 4, 2 of 2 when he's been given his spot. Another concern is CJ McCollum, already 1 for 8 from the field, has struggled significantly offensively in this series. He's not exactly known to be a defensive stalwart, so he's going to need to produce on the offensive end for this Pelicans side, and he just hasn't done that. They will struggle to win games if one of their key guys, especially their point guard for this series, is not getting it done. Obviously for OKC on the other end, we're seeing 6 points here for SGA early on, even though he started 1 for 4. He struggled shooting-wise, missed a couple of triples, got 4 from the free throw line, so it'll be interesting to see. Got Chet Holmgren, he's had a block already in this game. He had 5 blocks in game 1. I believe 2 blocks in game 2. Like, one thing, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I was saying we were speaking about it on Thursday when we was doing a Big 3 NBA show. Go check it out on Prozoni Sports. In terms of that battle between Jonas Valanciunas and Chet Holmgren, what Chet has is his frame, his athleticism, his ability to block shots, but also position himself well, which we saw for that Brandon Ingram block in the latter stages of the first quarter in this game. Just an exceptional shot blocker. He's shown it all season long, and he needs to continue to do that, playing from the center position, as most of his opponents are going to be a bit more stockier, stronger than Chet. What he can use is that frame, those long arms to reach shots that are already in the air. Seeing some Lou Dort highlights, fighting around screens, preventing Brandon Ingram from having an easy night, which he has been doing as well. this whole series. Credit to him. And you can see the frustration. Pelicans kicking off the second quarter now. CJ McCollum just going around to collect it. Larry Nance receiving it back, and a late whistle on a foul. You can see as Larry Nance rolled, he gets the ball back. And it was an awkward fall. Somewhat. His legs couldn't guard that fall. Hopefully he's all healthy. Obviously, we've seen some injuries already in this series. Joel Embiid for the 76ers, despite dropping 50 last time out against the New York Knicks. Sorry, big task at hand. Sorry for mentioning it. He's been struggling with his injuries in multiple areas. Damian Lillard revealed to have a Achilles soreness. A strained Achilles, sorry. That's even worse, and he exited game 3 in a walking boot for the Bucks. They already have Giannis out of this. People are kind of speculating whether he's going to return at some point in game 4. At some point in this series at all, but not good moves for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's Jalen Williams. Nice little floater there. Had the height advantage on Jose Alvarado in the post, and that was barbecue chicken. It's CJ now. Screen on Casey Wallace. Little step back midi on Shet, misses. Or behind the back on Josh Giddey and a Euro step. Sweet floater. 27-21 lead for OKC. The bench was loving it. Larry Nance. Nice feed into Trey Murphy. And gets fouled by Shet again. Woo! Also, how does everybody feel about the Phoenix Suns? 3 games down in that Minnesota series. Just haven't been able to get it done as Alvarado, top of the key, triple is off. Now Giddey doing what he does best, applying pressure. Putting pressure on that offense and defense, in transition. Trey Murphy commits a foul. It's Jalen Williams now. Driving left of Alvarado's. Fading is pure. Little screen there. Kicked out to Alvarado. Another triple. Back iron this time, but Larry Nance, offensive rebound. Gets it back again and throws it down. Now Jalen Williams going to work again. Trying to fade it off balance around Larry Nance. Now here's CJ driving, kicking it out. Extra pass to Marshall. Triple. Here's Shet giving it back to Jalen Williams. He's been cooking since coming back into this game here for OKC. High pass up to Shet and a whistle blown. And a first personal foul on Najee Marshall after he knocks down a triple on the other end. Oh, Aaron Wiggins misses. Out of bounds, and that should be Pelicans ball. Is it Pelicans ball? I believe so. You see Ingram back in the game. Ludort picking him up full court. He is not giving him an ounce of breathing space. Here's Najee Marshall trying to lob it up to Larry Nance. He catches it. Herb Jones in the corner. Should I say the wing? Two-point lead here for OKC. Here's Aaron Wiggins off the bench for OKC this time around. Ludort in the corner. Drives on Ingram. And Wiggins with a follow. Murphy giving it to Herb Jones. He had the left-hand drive. And he tried to yam it on Shet. But that one's out of bounds. Shet was able to disturb the dunk attempt enough just for Herb Jones to hit rim instead of throw that one into the basket with mean intentions. Here's Giddy, top of the key triple, knocks it down. Just silencing the Smoothie King arena momentarily. Again, great work this time around by Jalen Williams, switching on to Ingram and denying that pass. Here's Nance, a little floater from the mid-range off. Rebound Shet. And Shet finding his way into that midi and missing that time around, a little short. Here's Herb Jones driving aggressively and a sweet layup. Screen by Giddy. Herb Jones stays on Jalen Williams off the foot. That time around, it looked like a kick, but oh my goodness. Giddy misses a triple. Here's Marshall now to the rim. Timeout OKC. You see, just like that, competing on both ends of the floor, getting stops, rebounding the basketball, and much like OKC on the other end, being aggressive on the open floor. And getting those buckets to go, which is the most important thing. You got to knock down your shots. Najee Marshall up to 5 points now. Off the bench for the Pels. And you can see every time that happens, you get the crowd going. And it will be an interesting dynamic being here in New Orleans now for Game 3. How this OKC team is going to be able to respond to the inevitable runs that the Pelicans continue to make. Can you stay in the lead? Can you keep it to a 10-point deficit? Stretch it out a little bit here and there. It will be a difficult scenario. Just looking at the shooting percentages so far, New Orleans not shooting well from 3, 4 for 12. That theme kind of continues. OKC themselves 4 for 13. So both teams struggling to shoot beyond the arc. In terms of overall percentages, OKC at 45% and the Pelicans at just above 39%. 4 turnovers to 5 in that battle, favoring OKC having a lesser amount. That is, and a big emphasis is New Orleans really sharing that basketball. When you look at the OKC team, especially in game 2, the way they were getting other guys involved, that's been their strength all season long, getting guys involved, assisting, putting pressure on the defense, and capitalizing off collapses constantly. New Orleans have done a better job of doing so in game 3. I'm just seeing a dance cam. People them are moving wild, bro. OKC bringing the ball up the court. It's Aaron Wiggins this time around. Screen by Ludort. Guarded by Murphy. Jalen Williams into Dort. Now the other Jalen Williams. Ludort driving baseline. Kicks it out to Shea. Inside for the layup. You see Trey Murphy. Now, Valanciunas posting up Jalen Williams. Tough shot. Great defense, by the way. And OKC secured the board. Najee Marshall guarding SGA. A little shake and bake. And misses the mid-range. SGA went down, but he does get up. Now Najee Marshall kicks it out. Trey Murphy. Triple misses. Rebound Herb Jones. And again, reload. Jalen Williams. Nice feed into Jalen Williams. Misses the first shot. Aaron Wiggins for the layup. Left hand. Now Ingram picking up the basketball. Whistle blown. That'll be a foul on OKC. That foul was on Jalen Williams, a little baseline. Herb Jones now top of the key. Tried to give it to Ingram with great ball denial again. Screen by Valanciunas for Murphy. Feed back inside of Valanciunas for the layup. Jaden Williams. Little feedback, top of the key, Jaden Williams. Aaron Wiggins almost got caught there. Little floater. Misses the first time. Tries to save it, but gives it to Trey Murphy. Najee Marshall hands it off to B.I. Inside to Valanciunas, fouled. Those are more examples from the Pelicans. Winning passes, leading to fouls or buckets. Ingram to JV that time. Murphy to Valanciunas again. They're feeding their big man. Is Jaden Williams up for the free throws. Jonas Valanciunas only made one that time around. Missed the second. SGA working on Ingram. Good defense at that step back triple. Ingram fade away straight on and misses that one. No one is deciding to take that early shot. Lou Dort. 46-39. A much improved three-point shooter in comparison to earlier in his career. Much more than a defender as Murphy went up for a jam, blocked. Dort again. And that's a 10-point lead for OKC. Defense into offense. Woo! We got a timeout, New Orleans Pelicans. But a great little sequence again there for the Thunder. Chet Holmgren blocking that heavy dunk attempt. Not the first time in this game. Originally, you got Herb Jones, I believe, going up to try and posterize Chet Holmgren. He disturbs that dunk attempt. This time, blocking Trey Murphy. And on the other end, you go and get that triple bucket. Devastating for the Pelicans. In down the Smoothie King Arena once again. Big task at hand saying the Pelicans are not ready. I'm not going to lie. We do have to watch out because they have been making subtle runs in this game. I like the way they've been passing the ball, getting downhill, being aggressive and decisive in their offense. At times, it can slow down. They take some ill-advised shots at times where they can try and carve out a better look. Both teams are not shooting the ball well from three when you kind of take away those back-to-back triples from New Dort. Maybe if OKC get it going, New Orleans are in trouble. Because we are a good three-point shooting team. When you get the likes of Dort, Shea, Jaden Williams, Isaiah Joe, and Co going, could be a problem. But let's see what happens. I was speaking about Lou Dort earlier. Shooting 39% from three this season. And when we look at his career, when he originally came into the NBA in the 1920 season, he shot 29%, rose to 34, 33 went down, 33%, and then has rose significantly to that 39.4% three-point shooting clip, shooting 2 a game. So he's shooting 5 threes a game, knocking down 2. So he's done a tremendous job in improving. And that's really a massive threat for this Thunder side when you consider his defensive prowess, being one of those elite perimeter defenders in the NBA. All credit goes to Lou Dort, man. In his second season, he was in the top 10 as well for most improved player. So there's always been subtle improvements when it comes to Lou Dort in this OKC side, even from the days where they weren't in the position to contend. We got 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first half. 10-point lead for OKC. 49-39. Lou Dort fighting over multiple screens to stay on Ingram. And now here's Herb Jones strong on the triple. 1 and done offense for the Pelicans out of the timeout. 4 of 5 from 3. Make it 5 of 6 from 3 for OKC. 3 for Lou Dort. And that's in the second quarter. That is CJ misses another triple for the Pelicans. 12-0 run for OKC. Here's SGA to the rim. Now Jalen Williams this time. Great ball denial on Ingram. CJ out to Trey Murphy with a beautiful floater. Giddy. Guarded by Larry Nance. Now Jalen Williams coming around the corner. Driving on Nance Jr. for the layup. Beautiful. Evading contact. And getting the layup to go. Larry Nance with a drive! Oh, misses the dunk. Offensive foul. Another one trying to posterize Shaq. But he uses that left hand to keep the right arm down. And he is penalized for that. SGA rejecting the screen. Shot knocked away that time around. Here come the Pels. CJ driving, spinning on Giddy, banking it home. SGA screen right by Dort, kicks it out to Josh Giddey, mid-range. Jay, got it, get it. 58-43 OKC. A minute to go in the first half. 9 points for Giddey. Now Larry Nance. Murphy picking up the ball on the handoff and dumping it back. Now CJ in the corner for 3. Maybe those last 2 shots can get him going. A little mid-range Jay and a 3 in the corner. Some consider the easiest shot in basketball as Giddey for 3 misses. He goes down. That one was short. 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. The Pelicans can run down the shot clock. Here's Murphy. Herb Jones trying to find CJ McCollum and does. Poked away by Shea. Fouled. No bucket. But another costly turnover this time around at the end of the half for the Pelicans. CJ just talking it over with the official. SGA making the first free throw. 2.7 now on the shot clock. Potentially try and get that half-court heave to give the Pelicans some momentum going into half-time. Thunder went on their 12-0 run. Pelicans have been able to get some back. Herb Jones will be on the inbound. Lou Dort, Jalen Williams picking up full court, and it looks like there should be a delay of game, but they're not giving it. Herb Jones giving it to Ingram. Half court, he misses. And that is that for the first half. 60-46 lead for Oklahoma City. You see, my bad, folks, my bad. But yeah, we've seen the likes of Jalen Williams go on runs for OKC. SGA get to the rim, lay up the ball, knock down some middies, some free throws too, to get himself in the game. Chet Holmgren has had some defensive sequences, denying the likes of Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Larry Nance, drawing an offensive foul on him. Getting a few blocks as well while you're at it. Just some great overall team play. Lou Dort knocking down 3 triples in a row for OKC to give them that little momentum to stretch out the lead a little bit going into the half. It has been a good second quarter for OKC. The New Orleans Pelicans are going to have to find some answers on the offensive end. CJ McCollum knocks down a couple shots. So despite his struggles in the game, maybe he can use those as momentum plays to get himself going. Overall, in that first half, he's 3 for 12. Got his last 2 to go. One was a little mid-range spinner and then a corner triple. So the Pelicans will be hoping he can get that one right. Brandon Ingram 2 for 7 himself. So we were speaking beforehand. He needs to really be efficient in these games if they have a chance of winning, with Brandon Ingram being that top guy, being their best scorer. And he has 5 points currently, 2 for 7. So they're going to need both of those guys to be better. Trey Murphy with 10 points, 4 of 8. He's been a spark plug, knocking down a couple triples already in the game. Herb Jones with 5. 7 points for CJ McCollum. We just spoke about that. Larry Nance with 7 points off the bench. Najee Marshall had a couple momentum plays as well. 5 points off the bench too. Knocked down a triple. For OKC, on the other hand, you've got 15 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He got it to go after a little tough start. 9 points for Josh Giddey. 9 points for Lou Dort. 3 triples, 3 of 5 from downtown. 8 points for Jalen Williams. He's been going downhill, putting pressure on the rim, the opposition rim. And the Pelicans haven't found an answer for Jalen Williams just yet. 5 points for both Jalen Williams and Kaysen Wallace off the bench. 4 points for Aaron Wiggins. He's done a good job as well of cutting, receiving the ball, laying it up at the rim too. Isaiah Joe knocked down the triple earlier as well. just played under 4 minutes off the bench. So overall, well-rounded performance for OKC. Moving the ball well, got 16 assists as a team, rebounding the ball pretty well too. It's going to be interesting to see what adjustments both sides make in that second half, how OKC can continue to maintain their lead and potentially stretch it out even more like they did in game 2, or will the Pelicans fight back, shoot a better percentage from downtown, or find some little easy shots in the mid-range, just start creating for each other a little more and playing through guys, getting each other to their spots as they did with CJ at the end. They need to do it more with BI like they did at the end of game 2. So we'll have to see in that regard. I can't wait to see Timberwolves put the beatings on the sun. Oh, big task at hand, bro. Oh, I asked the question, but well, what do you think about that series? The Phoenix Suns, obviously everybody's bringing up that clip, the Devin Booker clip, where he's like, respectfully, I don't see how anybody can guard us. And that will be a clip used time and time again. It's like the Ja Morant, we're fine in the West, we're only looking out for Boston. We always get those funny clips. And for some reason, the background, like, I paid attention to the background music on both of those clips. And I don't know why, it just makes it even more comical when things like this happen, unfortunately. But I mean, we can't speak enough about the job Anthony Edwards is doing on both ends of the floor. Naz Reid off the bench, 6th man of the year, obviously. I mean, Jaden McDaniels, defensively. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Karl Anthony Towns. All of those guys are doing an exceptional job. Rudy Gobert, defensive player of the year. I'm sure he will be confirmed as the defensive player of the year soon. Anchoring another great defense in the regular season. He's done an exceptional job, not just in terms of protecting the rim, but he's held his own on the perimeter as well when asked to do so, when being switched on to those smaller guards. So credit to him for that. In terms of the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker hasn't been at his best. Far from his best, in fact. Kevin Durant has been slowed down at points in this series. Bradley Beal as well. Despite having a good game, wasn't enough, obviously. And then when you look at that depth, where they need guys to step up, they've got Eric Gordon, who is being able to shoot the ball, have some decent game. I think in game 2, he had 15. I mean, let me go back to the score that time around. So, Minnesota Phoenix, 126-109 in yesterday's game. Eric Gordon, he didn't have a good game in game 3, so I believe 15 points in game 2, 11 points, but 2 of 7 shooting this time around last night. Drew Eubanks took advantage of his 11 minutes, so 9 points, 8 points for Josh Okogie. He played 9 minutes, but was a little bit of a spark plug for them. I believe Bobo got his first minutes of the series. Only played 7 minutes, got 2 points. Picked up 2 personal fouls as well. And then you look at Anthony Edwards, 36 points, 11 free throws, 19 for Rudy Gobert. Mike Conley with 15, 18 for Cat, 16 for Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 13 for Naz Reid. Just an overall contribution for those Timberwolves. I think the idea of just clicking up based off of talent is a formula that doesn't work yeah, you know what? Big task at hand. That's a good point. We've been seeing recently, I saw somebody say that James Harden, Kyrie, and KD should have stuck together in the Brooklyn Nets and they may have won a title. I'm not sure about that, because definitely towards the end, there were fractions and there were things going on behind the scenes in that Brooklyn Nets organization. That broke down. You see James Harden in a Clipper uniform now. Previously in Philadelphia, we all know how that ended up. But now he's playing for the Clippers. He's had a couple decent games in this first round series against Luka and the Dallas Mavericks, who are 2-1 up currently. Obviously, Kyrie playing well for the Dallas Mavericks with Luka. KD, he's had a good season in terms of the regular season with Phoenix, but the guys around him haven't been able to stay fit in terms of Devin Booker, in terms of Bradley Beal. So they've had a lot of inconsistency, and then the depth isn't really enough for them to remain an elite team when you look at that Western Conference and the strength that conference alone has possessed in this season. OKC taking a jump, Minnesota taking a jump, the Denver Nuggets remaining. There's so many great teams, the Dallas Mavericks, the New Orleans Pelicans. A lot of teams taking a jump in that conference. So it's interesting to look at, and obviously big task at hands. Point back to your point in terms of just getting big names together. It was a massive risk, because when you look at what the Suns sacrificed, obviously they got rid of CP, and then you got Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson as well, who were two glue guys in that like finals run where they went up against the Bucks in 2021, I believe, 2021. Those two guys, Mikal Bridges and Cameron Johnson, were crucial players in that little finals run. You send them off to Brooklyn, you bring in Kevin Durant, and then you bring in a Bradley Beal who's on a massive contract. And I know we don't like to speak about that a lot of the time, but it does affect the flexibility that teams do have to fill out their roster. Ultimately, they have to rely on a lot of minimum contracts, vet minimums and stuff like that. And sometimes when you put yourself in those situations, when your stars aren't consistent enough in terms of their performances or even being on the court, it's hard to flick that switch. It's really hard to flick that switch and turn it on when it comes playoff time and the physicality is up, the level of coaching increases, just the overall competition, it goes up a few notches. Give me a second though, guys. I'm gonna be back in a moment's time. I just need to go take a trip to the bathroom real quick before the second half begins. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. Big task at hand coming through with another comment. The problem with the Suns is they haven't decided on who the number one guy is on the team. You can't have three guys taking an even amount of shots. Somebody has to take at least 20 shots per game. I hear you on that one, you know. That's one thing I'm going to probably do some research on the Phoenix Suns overall in the season. How much shots guys are averaging. I'm not sure if you can look that up on Basketball Reference. Let me see, Phoenix Suns. Because obviously when we always speak about guys teaming up, the most important thing is sacrifice. Certain guys sacrifice, and I think in this position it would have been a Bradley Beal. You had the impression that Kevin Durant was like, this is Devin Booker's team. So Devin Booker has to step up and be the guy as he was when he was with CP and so forth. Kevin Durant takes slightly a back seat. Bradley Beal takes even more of a back seat, and we go from there. But obviously, like I said, with guys being out, Kevin Durant's had to step up at certain times. Devin Booker's been back in the lineup. And so a lot of inconsistencies. Both teams are out for this second half, getting ready to go. Let's see. So Booker's averaged 19 shots, KD 19 shots, then Bradley Beal 13, or just about 14 shots a night in the regular season. In the playoffs, it's been a lot closer. And you know, the two guys have gone down. So KD 16, almost 17 shots, 15 shots for Bradley Beal, and almost 15 shots for Devin Booker. So Ingram out of the half, and he knocks down a little midi. So big task at hand is 100% right in terms of that, but guys should be even more aggressive. When you think about the way they came out in game 3, they needed to be more aggressive as a triple threat. I'm seeing. Oh no. Man, like Rolex rolling in the cut. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by every time. The Suns are locked into a 150 M still. Left for Bradley Beal, man. That contract that Washington gave to him at the time when he committed, that contract is mean. Oof. It is mean, man. Let me go into that real quick. Wow. So next season, or this season coming, 50 million, 53 million, 25, 26, 57 million if he picks up his player option. CJ McCollum knocking down a triple. Chet Holmgren replies. And that's exactly what you need there. CJ McCollum looks like he's getting himself going now. Dumps it inside, turns over the ball. Lou Dort, he got hot at the end of the first half and knocks it down again. 4 triples for Lou Dort. Hey, the Wizards, bro. The Washington Wizards. Even though they aren't that good of a team right now, they're struggling. Oh, little fumble there by Murphy. OKC ball. Great hustle there by Lou Dort, diving in. But yeah, the Washington Wizards, oh man. And when you think about the back injury, the significant back injury that Bradley Beal had, which has resulted in him missing some time. Obviously, some other injuries too. It really hurts in terms of team cohesion and what you can work on. Turnover by Jaden Williams. Here's Herb Jones to the rim. And a goaltend. Oh, is it a foul? Nah, it's a goaltend. Goaltend. Just give Chet Holmgren a little nudge there to get rid of his shot blocking threat. Jaden Williams came from behind, but wasn't able to get there in time. Here's Josh Giddey for 3. And a no trade clause. That factor of the contract is incredible. Definitely changes the way that organizations... Oh, Ingram with a triple. Welcome sight there for the Pelicans. Now here's Holmgren. Inside. Misses the layup. CJ into Herb Jones. Kicks it out top of the key. Larry Nance. Good ball denial by Giddey to prevent the backdoor cut of Trey Murphy. McCollum floater. Pure. Timeout OKC. 69-58 lead. But yeah, that no trade clause. And it's just incredible they were able to, get rid of him with that contract in regards, because when you look at even the Washington Wizards roster at the time, they were nowhere near contention. But wow. That level of flexibility you just don't have when you lock yourself up into so much high level contracts. Grayson Allen has been a good contributor for them this season on both ends of the floor. Yusuf Nurkic has done as much as he can in terms of the player he is at this current point of his career. When you think about some of the years that he had in Portland, obviously he had a higher trajectory before injuries, but still a serviceable player as is. Josh Okogie, I'm a fan of his defense. Offensively, he's not all the way there. 3-point shooting, he's not the best. Shot 30%, just under 31% this season. 41% overall from the field. Not a lot of is asked from him on that end of the floor. You got Nazir Little, Bo, who is off and on in terms of the playing time he gets. Royce O'Neal is another guy. I remember him from Utah especially. Had some time in Brooklyn too. But, he was a crucial guy in that Utah team with Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell and co. Joe Ingles was one of those guys too. Now in Orlando, is one of those veteran players. Both teams talking it over at a timeout. Man, that big task at hand, bigging up. Man, like rolling. We'll be doing a watch along as well over a Pros Only Sports for that Boston Miami game, crucial game. I'll be watching. When is that game starting? Is it starting around? I'm guessing it's starting around 11-ish UK time, maybe. Yeah. So we shall see. The already finalized game for today is that Magic Cavaliers game where Orlando were able to tie the series. 34 points for Franz Wagner. Out of the timeout, here's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pulling up on Ingram and pure. 71-58. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the third. Now here's Ingram guarded by Lu Dort. Gives it off to Larry Nance. Just excellent defense played. Here's CJ floating it up again. Missed. Rebound but fumbled by Larry Nance. SGA again. Little crossover shot blocked by Ingram. Now posting up. Great defense though. SGA pokes it away in the fast break for the layup. One of the league leaders in steals for guards, SGA, getting it done again. Here's Herb Jones. Guarded by Giddey, draws the foul. Just excellent work on that previous defensive possession. Brandon Ingram having a hard time at receiving the ball where he really wants to. Credit to all of the OKC guards. Lu Dort, Jalen Williams, that time around Shai. Herb Jones up to 9 points here for the Pels. Here's SGA. Dumping it into Josh Giddey. Misses the acrobatic layup. Here's Murphy. Into Ingram in the corner. Driving on Chet left. Putting up in the paint. Gets it to go. Chet just traveling into the dunker spot. Josh Giddey on the wing. Driving left again. Late whistle, it seems. Josh Giddey able to make the first free throw. He misses the second. Now Herb Jones, a little drive inside. And a poke. Good steal by Giddey on the other end. Now SGA. Trying to find Lu Dort, turns it over himself. Screen by Nance. Get Lu Dort still staying on him. Dumps it out to CJ McCollum in the corner. Misses. Rebound Shai. This is a gutsy performance away from home in New Orleans by this young OKC team. The youngest one seed in NBA history as Jalen Williams misses a mid-range Shai. Near enough at the top of the key. McCollum driving, kicking. Herb Jones misses a triple. Herbert Jones. Screen by Giddey to get Herb Jones off of his Shai and a little fader for two. And he may have just got back into the picture in time, Herb Jones, to disturb that shot. Now CJ looking for that bucket inside, and he does so well to weave around traffic. Here's Jaden Williams. Out to Giddy. Pulls up again for the 3 in the corner. Lou Dort. Wow. Shea misses. And New Orleans come away with it. CJ. Murphy. Gets Dort. Out of the way. Misses another dunk. Jump. Jump ball. Trey Murphy was testing Chet Holmgren again and was not able to complete the mission. Another block. Wow. Seeing that replay again. Trey Murphy, this is the second time now he's gone up for a dunk attempt on the Thunder's number 7 and has been denied on 2 separate occasions. Lou Dort, Chet coming out of the game for OKC. We're seeing Gordon Hayward enter the court. We're seeing Isaiah Joe as well. Cason Wallace. Najee Marshall in the game for the Pelicans. Nance, CJ, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. SDA, Jaden Williams, Cason Wallace, Isaiah Joe, Gordon Hayward on the court for OKC. Here's SGA. Looking to cook up something sweet. Gets it to go. Another 2. And when he needs to do it, when he needs to get a bucket, he does. Timeout, Pelicans. I tell you, thus far, and third quarters always end up being pivotal moments in basketball, especially in basketball. The third quarter is where a team can stretch out a lead and complete a game and demoralize opponents. The third quarter is also where you can start getting back into a game. So OKC have done a really good job in keeping that lead. Every time New Orleans have looked to go on a little run, whether it's CJ knocking down a triple, Brandon Ingram getting to his spot, knocking down a mid-range J, I think that initial timeout was very important in reinstating that defensive identity that was in the first half and trying to make the lives of those ball handlers for the New Orleans Pelicans extremely tough. We've seen time and time again on offense, Shea poking balls and getting steals. Chet Holmgren blocking shots, making sure that there's excellent ball denial, no backdoor cuts and easy looks for the Pelicans. They have not had it easy in their second half. And that's all credit to the defense, the cohesiveness of OKC. There we go. That latest bucket got SGA up to 21 points for the night. And we still got a little bit of the third quarter to go in the fourth quarter closing time, of course. 12 points for Lou Dort, all coming from 3-pointers. 4 of 6 from downtown. Chet Holmgren has 3 blocks in this game. $13 for Josh Giddey. Jay Williams, 8 points, 4 of 8 from the field. Jalen Williams, that is. Here's CJ out of the timeout, little layup, good to go again. You can see CJ McCollum has been extremely decisive in a good way in this second half. 9 in the quarter. Up to 16 now. Jaden Williams, tough shot, good defense by CJ McCollum. Up against Gordon Hayward. Mid-range pull up. Back iron. Misses. Dyson Daniels on the court here for the Pelicans. Shea, a little dance, mid-range Shea, in and out. Rebound, Najee Marshall. Here's Daniels. Top of the key. Dyson with the screen, switched on to Gordon Hayward. Now here's Herb Jones, triple. Misses. And again, just presenting themselves with a good look, but not able to knock down the shot, New Orleans. SGA guarded by Dyson Daniels. Top of the key. Surveying the offense. Jaden Williams with the triple. CJ switched on to Jalen Williams now on defense. Giving off to Trey Murphy, taking it from way downtown, and he misses. Those times you'd prefer to just take a simple shot. Carve out a better look rather than taking a triple, the triple, which has not been falling all game long for the Pelicans. It's Dyson Daniels looking to drive inside, misses the layup, no foul. Now Isaiah Joe wide open. 82-66 lead for OKC. 1.5 minutes to go. 1.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Here's Trey Murphy the third. Najee Marshall, wing, pull up, misses again. Mark Daigneault initiating the offense here for OKC from the sidelines. Shea, drive, strong and misses. He's a little behind the play, will have to catch up. Turnover though by CJ. Great defense. Isaiah Joe. Over to Cason Wallace. Finds Hayward, top of the key, over to Jaden Williams. Pulls up, way downtown! 85-66, OKC! 0 field goals in the last 3 minutes for the Pelicans, and that continues as Herb Jones misses a layup. Williams again! Misses that time, rebound Cason Wallace. And a foul by Herb Jones on SGA. You can hear the Smoothie King Arena. They've been silenced. OKC playing with a swagger. Representative of a first-seeded team. Much like in Game 2, the Pelicans need to find answers. Do they have enough time to even ask the questions themselves? Because they look a shell of a team that needs to compete for their playoff lives. Already 2 games down in this series. They can't afford to lose another one tonight. Here's SGA. Kicks it out to Shep. Pulls up. Triple. Misses. Out of bounds. Just over 9 seconds to go now in the third quarter. OKC on defense. Jose Alvarado in the game to inbound. And now Brandon Ingram will receive. Take it all the way up the court. Full court foul by Ludo. They had a foul to give, so it's all good for OKC that time around. Desperately trying to get Ludo off Ingram. Let's see what he does here. Smother. Oh! Ingram knocks it down. He wanted a foul. Smothered by Ludo, but somehow, some way, Brandon Ingram gets the triple to go. The crowd wanted a foul. When you look at the replay, potentially you could give a 4-point play for Brandon Ingram, and I think they're going to review it. Because there's an argument Ludo didn't give him space to land. But what an unbelievable shot to end the third quarter by Brandon Ingram. 85-69 lead. OKC still out with a more than serviceable lead, but potentially that shot by Brandon Ingram can give the team a sense of belief they've been lacking in the latter stages of that third quarter. Ingram up to 15 points now. Knocks down his second triple of the game. 2 of 3. And I'm sure they'll be... I'm not sure. It sounded like they were reviewing the triple if they were going to give a foul just before headed to the ad break. If that's the case, it will be Ludo's third personal. $14 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds for Jalen Williams. 21 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Josh Giddey's been doing a bit of everything. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, 13 points, 3 steals for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as well. Has done an excellent job at denying the ball in post positions in mid-range areas where the likes of Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum have been trying to get to their preferred areas of operation. All right. So fourth quarter commences. It wasn't a foul on Lou Dort. It's once Dort, Najee Marshall, quick hands inside, and Jose Alvarado with a foul. A little mismatch inside on Chet Holmgren. He'll be shooting a couple free throws. SG on the bench right now. Giddy checking into the game. Isaiah Joe coming out. Holmgren struggled somewhat shooting from the field in this game. 2 of 7. 6 points. And he misses the second free throw. Turnover for the Pels. That's the 16th turnover for New Orleans. It's credit to the OKC defense again. Jalen Williams with a shot clock winding down. "20-point lead for OKC. Najee Marshall, mid-range short. 17 for Jalen Williams. Here's Chet Holmgren now. Up against Ingram. Into Jalen Williams, turnover. Good steal by Larry Nance. Now into Ingram. Throws it out. Alvarado in the corner. Misses. Rebound Chet. Screen by Holmgren for Giddy. Chet receives it back now. And pulls up for 3. Misses way off. B.I. has to pick up the ball. Gives it to Trey Murphy. Driving on Giddy baseline out to Larry Nance. Shot clock at 8 for Alvarado. Misses another 3. The Pelicans are 9 for 27 for downtown. 9 for 27. OKC are shooting 50%. As Najee Marshall misses a layup. And another layup missed by Murphy. Dort for 3. Misses. And that's OKC ball. But the Pelicans have gone severely cold at home. And we got another timeout. I suspect it's been called by the Pelicans. I guess it has been a much needed timeout nonetheless, because the Pelicans are struggling to make shots. They're going to need their guys to step up. The lead is 20, 89-69 in favor of OKC, who are on the verge of taking a 3-0 lead in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. And they wouldn't be the first team to take a 3-0 lead. Of course, the Minnesota Timberwolves lead 3-0 against the Phoenix Suns. The Denver Nuggets also have a 3-0 lead against the Los Angeles Lakers. The series is in the Eastern Conference are a lot tighter. tied at 1 apiece between the Celtics and Heat. Game 3 coming up next. After this one, the Cavaliers and Magic tied after today's fixture. Bucks and Pacers, Indiana leading 2-1. New York Knicks leading 2-1 in that series against the Philadelphia 76ers, who had to come through the play-in. Other series as well, Clippers trailing 2-1 against the Dallas Mavericks. Hey. Getting back into the game now. 9:20 remaining in the fourth. Willie Green challenged the call for OKC ball. It appeared it came off Chet Holmgren. So it's Pelicans possession now. It's Herb Jones. Throws it out to CJ. Top of the key up against J-Dub. Tough screen there by Nance. Picks up the ball. He's in an island defensively and somehow almost makes it. Misses. And a foul on the Pelicans. My goodness. Even with that screen, Jalen Williams was able to get back into the play quickly and make that CJ McCollum shot extremely awkward, with him already picking up the ball. Here's Giddy. Up against Nance, takes the triple. Oh, he knocks it down again. "16 points for Giddy and a miss by CJ on the other end. Lob to Holmgren. He just catches the ball out of bounds. The precision wasn't all there just yet. For the highlight play, here's Ingram now. Lou Dort not allowing him to get that easy layup and a foul. Makes the first free throw. Converts the second. Jalen Williams, guarded by CJ, has to pass it up to Giddey. Just about. Has to release it. Shea for 3, misses. Oh, what a steal by Aaron Wiggins. They tried to throw the ball to Nance and he was able to get ahead. Giddey in the corner for 3. 95-71 OKC. Herb Jones, Ingram. Guarded by Dort again. Throws it out to Herb Jones in the corner for 3. Misses again. Nance with the offensive board and fouled. Just excellent defense again. Brandon Ingram threw that ball in the air. Aaron Wiggins was able to retrieve, use his athleticism to get ahead of Larry Nance, come in from behind and steal the ball, leading to a triple for Josh Giddey in the other end. 19 points now. Herb Jones, wide open triple. And fouled from the 3-point line. A little closeout foul on Lou Dort. How's the game going? First and foremost, shout out to Super Nick. Hope you do more. Hope your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by every time. Right now, OKC up 20 plus against the New Orleans Pelicans. It's been a demoralizing mix of a third quarter and beginning of a fourth quarter for the home side New Orleans Pelicans, who have not been able to knock down shots. They've been turning over the ball like nobody's business. And this Oklahoma City defense has been swarming all of their star guys, including Brandon Ingram, who on the night, if you look at how he's doing individually, is struggling big time. Ingram 6 for 11, only 11 shots himself, 17 points. But in terms of not just statistically, but in terms of being able to get into position and really find his shot and take over the game, OKC have not allowed him to do that. CJ McCollum, 7 of 21 from the field. He kind of looked like he was getting it going slowly at certain points of the game, but again, not enough to make the difference. Herb Jones will be shooting a couple free throws. Knocks down the first. And he knocks down the second. Sorry, the third. So all 3 free throws converted there by Herb Jones, up to 12 points. He shot 3 of 9 from the field. Really struggled. Turnover there by J-Dub. Here's Ingram driving on Shea. Inside turnover. Good hands by Dort. And Giddey will come away with it. All the way in transition for the layup is good. It's Trey Murphy now. Floating it up. Misses. Nance went in for the follow. Timeout called for OKC. Another break in the game while we're at. A nice lead here for OKC, 97-76 with 6:18 to go in the fourth quarter. Just to look at the games we have ahead so far today. We've had the Orlando Magic tying up the series against the Cleveland Cavaliers. After this game, it will be the Celtics in Miami for Game 3. Dropped Game 2 in Boston against the Miami Heat and will be looking to bounce back. And then the Denver Nuggets looking to wrap up that series in Los Angeles against the Lakers. LeBron James had his comments after the game. At the end of the day, it's just basketball. How will they all look to respond after a demoralizing 3 games? A series that has in some ways mirrored last year's encounter with Denver in the Western Conference Finals, this time in the first round. At the end of the day, when we look at the play-in teams that have made it far with Miami and the Lakers, since its inception, it's always tough. And you never really want to put yourself in a situation that the Lakers have done in not being able to win enough games and get to where they need to be. You're on your way out in the first round. You're going up against the defending champions, obviously. They end up finishing lower, which doesn't work to your advantage, as they finish as the second seed. But ultimately, it's been a very frustrating series for the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James it seems has happened for the last few years now. Questions about his future as he enters a contract year. Anthony Davis had probably one of his most healthy years of basketball in quite a long time, and ultimately that hasn't been enough for the Los Angeles Lakers. More so the players around them also. Questions of the coaching, Darvin Ham and his staff. The construction of the team also needs to be questioned. Here's Lou Dort for 3 again. Misses. Out of the timeout. Here's Brandon Ingram guarded by Kaysen Wallace, screened by Nance. Picks up the ball. Now CJ will look to drive. Weaving in and out. Blocked by Shet. It was all too easy that time around. SGA draws a foul. Four blocks for the game now for Shet. It's been a defensive masterclass. Not just from him, but for OKC and Shaden Williams with the left hand. Here's Ingram, pump fake to get by Shet for the layup. Here's J-Dub now, giving it to SGA, guarded by Murphy. Herb Jones is looking for the help, and he misses the layup going left. Here's Herb Jones now, up against J-Dub, layup good and one. .442 remaining in the game. Pelicans perhaps looking for a late run, 99-80. Still a lot of the score to mark out, perhaps. But a couple threes will make OKC start asking questions of themselves. Williams initiating the offense. Blue Dort setting the screen on Trey Murphy. J-Dub putting up from the mid-range, a little short. Had to double clutch to avoid the shot block. Here's Ingram, pull up mid-range again. Misses. SGA dancing. Oh, gets it to go. Timeout Willie Green as the lead is back to 20. We were just speaking about Zion Williamson on the broadcast and how his injury came at the worst of times, had his most healthy season for the Pelicans and seemed to be ascending as a player, seemed to be elevating his team, and you can see how much they miss him, Zion Williamson. After everything and all of the criticism that he went through after the in-season tournament, they were able to figure things out. He was able to commit, which was the most important thing that you want out of your star, to commit on both ends of the floor, to be the blueprint. And unfortunately, in the time where they needed him to be healthy, it's Sod's law that he picks up an injury, a hamstring injury at that, which has really affected this series in a multitude of ways. Showcasing that last pull-up by SGA. Tough shot after tough shot. Looking at the crowd. Man. It's CJ McCollum now switched on to Holmgren. Herb Jones open in the triple. Misses. My goodness. Herb Jones now 1 for 6 from deep. SGA now doubled out to Casey Wallace. Holmgren. And J-Dub has an easy two-hander. Oh, another steal by Shea. Just taking time off the clock there. 2:40 to go in the fourth. 103.81. Screen by Shet. A little fake screen there and draws a foul on Herb Jones. But it will be on the floor. Oh, technical handed out as well on Herb Jones. Let's see what he does. Ah, man. I don't like those technical fouls given away. Kind of waving off the official's decision. Willie Green will be challenging that call on the Herb Jones foul, but yeah. Don't be giving those cheap technical fouls. That bench of New Orleans just looks dejected. It's a shame. It's a shame how things have gone for them thus far, but man. Shet Day and J-Dub on the bench here for OKC. And they've taken all the stars off the court now for the Pelicans, so they've conceded. Accepted defeat. As SGA is knocking down his first free throw. Misses the second. Jose Alvarado, now Dyson Daniels for 3. Misses. Rebound Jalen Williams. Yeah. Timeout call to take SGA out of the game. Kenrich Williams will enter. So all of the Thunder starters out of the game now, and this is as good as another victory for OKC to go 3-0 up in this series, a step closer to a second round matchup where they'll potentially be going against either the Clippers or the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas leading 2-1 after last night's victory. Man. Shout out to Vibes in the cut. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by each and every time as Kenrich Williams gets the steal and a save. Here's Wiggins. Receives the screen here. And Dyson Daniels able to get the steal out in the open floor for the layup. It's Casey Wallace. Less than 1.5 minutes to go in the game now. Out to Lindy Waters, the third. Kenrich Williams putting up for the midi. Off. Here's Jose Alvarado. We thought you got lost in the fields. Hey, Vibes, I'm here, bro. I'm here, man. I've just been a little under the weather, so I've been in the background. I've been in the background chilling, trying to recuperate, trying to recover. But yeah, man, I'm here, bro. Matt Ryan missing the triple. Appreciate you Vibes, bro, man. How you been, bro? I saw a bit of the power hour. It was a good quiz, man. It was a nice, organized quiz. I need to check the Mustang gang as well, man. How's the Mustang been? For pro clubs, for the peoples, them. Nice little floater there. Bank shot by Dyson Daniels. And that'll be that for the game, ladies and gentlemen. 10 seconds to go. And we can officially say that OKC are up 3-0 against the New Orleans Pelicans. 106-85. Teams are 151-0 in a best-of-7 series when leading 3 games up. So OKC have a pretty good opportunity to go through to that second round to face the Clippers or the Dallas Mavericks in the second round of the Western Conference playoffs. When we're looking at some top performers, Shea with 24 points, 21 for Josh Giddey, 4 triples for him, who going into this game only had 1 3-pointer made after 2 games in this series. 21 for Jalen Williams, 12 for Lou Dort, 4 of 8 3-pointers. Chet Holmgren with 4 blocks. Multiple steals all over the floor. The Pelicans committed 20 turnovers. That'll be that, man. That'll be that. But yeah, the Pelicans, they committed so many turnovers that led to fast break points. They didn't shoot the ball well, 9 of 32 from downtown, where OKC shot near 50%, 17 of 36. They rebounded the ball well, played some suffocating defense on their stars, which saw the likes of CJ McCollum shoot 7 of 22 from the field. Brandon Ingram only shooting 14, shot 50%. But they needed more from him. They needed him to be a little more aggressive, to be a bit more of a playmaker as well. He just couldn't put the ball on the floor because of Lou Dort's defense. Trey Murphy shooting 4 for 12 from the field. Herb Jones 4 of 11, 1 for 6 from downtown. And see some of those shooting struggles But the Pelicans have come back to bite them. And when you don't have a Zion Williamson in this series who is relentless in getting down the court, putting pressure on that rim or against the Chet Holmgren, against the perimeter defenders, then they've really struggled to try and equal OKC's threat from shooting beyond the arc. Shout out to Brush in the cut. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by every time. I'm here, bro. Just been a little under the weather. I've had a cough for a little bit, so I've been trying to recoup in the background. I've still been watching and supporting the man as always, but I've been a little bit in the background recently recovering. There's a mad court case coming up. Someone's done an absolute madness. Oh, man, vibes. Oh, no. I'm going to have to see what's going on there, man. People, been a hot minute, bro. Hey, good to see you as well, Brush. Hopefully I'll be recovering soon going into the new week. I picked up this crazy cough. I've been having it for 2 weeks, so got all the remedies. Still recovering as is, but we move, man. We're getting back to work slowly but surely. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in for this NBA Chillathon. I should be joining man like Roland as well and Chino for the next game coming up soon. Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics. I will be joining up in a little bit to watch that game and see how game 3 goes there in the Eastern Conference round 1 playoffs. A very intense matchup. Frustrating, the court case is a mad one still. I can say is oh man, oh it's not looking good. It's not looking good, and I'm going to HR. My bad, everyone. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good vibes. It's all good vibes. No pressure. We don't need too much commotion. No commotion. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna dip out real quick, have some refreshments, say what's good to the folks, Snip. Big ups to Vibes. Big ups to Brush. Super Nick. Big task at hand. The real Poison Super. Everybody who came through to this watch along. Time for some tea. Indeed, Super Nick. You're right. You're right. You're right on that one. 100% right on that one, ladies and gentlemen. OKC leading 3-0 in the series. Never forget, Will's pressure's in the cut. Look at this guy, Will, man. Listen, we're on to you, big man. Hold tight the LPO, though. Listen. We're good over here. There's no captivity, no allegations being spewed. I've been away, but I am back. Shout out to Will's Precious in the car. Hope you're doing well. Your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by every time, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, we'll see you guys over in Prozone Sports for that next NBA game. I will be joining up real soon once I have a little tea, chakalize down, then re-chakalize and go again, man, like Linsky in the cut. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by every time I go to this generation, go to this century. Make sure you go and follow man like Linsky over on Twitch. Let me go shout out Linsky real quick, man. Big up Linsky in the cut. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Let me do the Twitch one now. There we go. Make sure you go follow. Hey, the game's done. OKC were victorious. Let me show you guys the box score, actually. I got the screen for no reason. I'll show you guys a live box score. So OKC, victorious, 106-85. Gone over some of the top performers, but they're leading 3-0 in the series now. Can update that. 3-0 in the series after game 3. An exceptional performance from the likes of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren on defense. Drew Dort, by the way, who knocked down about 3 triples in a row, maybe 4. He was lights out. Josh Giddey was lights out as well. Went into this game knocking down just 1 triple. After 2 games, he knocked down 4 in this one. So a lot of great contributions. And the New Orleans Pelicans will be going home tonight in New Orleans wondering what the hell they can do to make history. Maybe it's just a situation of bringing a bit of pride back to this series because it could be over. Celtics play soon, of course. Will Expression saying hope they turn it around. That series is currently tied 1 apiece. And they'll be played that second game in Miami. So let's see what happens. Make sure you catch it, Will Expression. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming through. I'll see you guys soon. Pros Only Sports doing and watching on. Should be me there and a little bit Cheeto rolling. So make sure you go and check it out, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you lots.